The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of the treacherous shall destroy them. Proverbs 11:3, the Holy Bible, ASV. Eugene, Oregon, Fall, 2008. The morning of October 10th dawned cold and gunmetal gray in Eugene, a college town so accustomed to autumnal gloom that the young man with sleepy blue eyes gave it scarce notice. Nathan Nicholson hiked across an elevated walkway from his drafting class toward the Lane Community College Library, which sat in the middle of campus in the aptly named Center Building. Behind him, a thicket of towering evergreens carpeted the coastal mountains, which stretched 50 miles west to the Pacific Ocean, clouds draping their rounded shoulders like tattered shawls. Nathan wore his hair razor close on the sides, with a little longer patch on top, a style his barbers back in the Army called high and tight, and which, not by accident, disguised his receding hairline. He moved with an infantryman's gait, chest out, head and shoulders barely rising, stocky legs chewing up ground. But there was a slight hitch in his stride, as if his left leg were stepping over imaginary glass, a parting gift from the parachuting injury that ended his military career. He had turned 24 that summer. The air felt cool on Nathan's face, his strong brow and broad chin, and he could see his breath. The first rains of winter had begun early in the Willamette Valley, where even longtime residents herald the onset of the soggy season with low-grade despair. Soon would come a monotonous series of drizzles, rolling off the Pacific as if by conveyor belt, delivering the valley so many short gray days that by February some folks would begin to joke about eating the barrel of the nearest gun. Nathan was not a native Oregonian, and he sometimes missed the more exciting climates of his boyhood. His dad's foreign assignments sent the Nicholson family to punishing places. Manila, with its blistering humidity and electrical storms you could feel under your feet. Bangkok, often called the hottest city on the planet. Kuala Lumpur, where monsoons deliver 100 inches of hard rain a year. And Bucharest, with its pipe-bursting winter freezes. He also missed the rotations, traveling from embassy to embassy, uprooting every few years to start fresh someplace new. Outside the library, Nathan slipped a black and gray alpine backpack off his shoulder and knelt on the cool brick walkway, as if to tie his shoe. He hunched over the pack for an instant, letting his eyes casually sweep the commons, panning faces and forms. One intense glance from anyone, and he would bail, circling back later for another try. But he saw nothing suspicious. Nathan unzipped the pack's front compartment and lifted out a small notebook with a blue marbled cover. He flipped through its pages until he reached a 28-word notation that began, "Hola, Nancy." He studied it for a few moments and climbed to his feet, satisfied he could email the message just as the Russian had dictated the previous winter in Peru. His gut was tormenting him again. For many months, stabbing pains deep beneath his breastplate had intermittently doubled him over. He was convinced that the stress of the last year had given him stomach ulcers, his meals bunched in his belly like piles of tacks. He'd seen a doctor at the college's health clinic who told him to drink green tea, carry Pepto-Bismol, and avoid tomato juice. Nathan thought she'd seemed unconcerned, even dismissive of his pains, as if she considered college students exempt from the titanic stresses that produce big boy ulcers. She had not appeared to comprehend the depth of his anxieties, nor could she. There was no way for her to know that for 2 years he had traveled the Americas as his father's agent to Russia's foreign spy service, and now feared he might be under surveillance by the Federal Bureau of Investigation.